Oh, well, hello there, friends and family. So glad to see you today, Sunday, August 2nd. And I apologize, for not putting out a video here the last few days. But life happens. And then, not only life happens, but some other things happen where I had to put some thought into this whole YouTube video thing and everything again. And what I'm going to talk about today, and this is especially directed to those of you out there that are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or have started one, social media or whatever you're going to do, it can be extremely rewarding. It can also be extremely brutal. And that's part of what we're going to talk about today. Now, I've had a YouTube channel since 2012. Yep, sure have. Now, many of y'all are going to say, well, your video started in 2018. Well, that's because I shut down my channel. Made everything private and stopped doing videos. Then when I retired in 2018, I started doing them again. My whole reason for doing them was document my life, and what I do, when I do it, and what I do for my children, my grandchildren, and my friends and family. I never expected to have more than a few hundred viewers, if that. But, over time, other people came by, found the channel, liked what they saw, and they stayed with me. But here again, over time, I've seen that all change. And I think it's really important, because I have a lot of virtual friends out there right now in YouTube land, and the internet, that have small channels. Many of them watch this channel. And I'm not going to give all their names right now. But I think it's important for y'all to understand what comes with doing this when you put your life out here on social media and that. And what I've experienced, especially here of late, I would say in the last 3 to 4 weeks, especially so. Now, this is going to be a hard video to get through, because I'm sure many of y'all out there viewing, this is going to offend. Some it may not. Some will understand, some not. This gets down to, well, I really can't care about all that. See, I got to be me and do me and that. Now, like I say, when I started the channel, I was doing it all for the kids and grandkids. And then you sort of get caught up, into doing things for other people. Well, then over time, you make virtual friends in that. What I tried to do early on with the channel was, I tried to answer, at least respond back to every comment. Well, when the channel was small, that was possible. And I'm not huge by any means now, 13,300 and some odd subscribers. But I'm only one person. I don't have a wife to be my cameraman, help me editing. I don't have brothers, sisters. Nobody's doing this but me. So I'm a one-man show. I got to do whatever I'm doing. Got to show you on video, plus do all the camera work, plus do all the editing, publishing, whole 9 yards. And that takes up a pile of time, folks. Ain't no doubt. And it's not that I don't want to share it with everybody. It's just time. But then you do all that. You take the time, you do all that, and you're going to get people, because your beliefs and opinions and ideas don't agree with them. They're going to downright be hateful. There ain't no doubt about that. Nope, they just can't watch a video and say, well, it is what it is. You know, that's old Mr. Tom's way of doing it, or his idea or opinion, and go on with their life. If they want to give, a thumbs down, that's fine. I really don't care. But nope, there are some out there that are going to jump off the edge. And they're going to do everything in their power to make your damn life miserable. Trust me, they are. And here of late, that's all sprouted up again. Many of you have been with the channel for a long time, which I'm not sure there are many anymore. When I look down through the comments, that's something's been disturbing me here of late. I see a lot of long timers. They don't comment no more. Don't see them no more. And I see I'm losing subscribers. And that used to bother me. Don't bother me much anymore. You either like what the old man puts out or you don't. You either follow him because you like him or you don't. Life goes on. And in all truth, if I got back to 100, 200, 300 subscribers, would I be all totally wore out or upset? No. Because when I look at my view count over videos, I see it's at best, I can say I have over 13,000 subscribers. Only 60% or less are subscribers that watch my videos. Especially so on more provocative ones. About the virus, food shortages, and what have you. And the rest are from Lord knows where. Now when I do a video and it gets outside my community here, which I think is a fantastic community, those I have left, that's where I run into all the negativity a lot. But getting back to the basis of this video is, I've met a lot of good people through YouTube. I've also come prey to a lot of bad people. It's not necessarily that they're evil and that. A lot of times they're just needy. I live here alone, except for the kitty crew. I see my son on occasion. My daughter calls on occasion. A couple of close friends drop by and we talk from the street. But other than that, I live totally alone. And I'm good with that. Yeah, I put out videos. But I'm all about getting in with people and being all sociable, and that, not so much anymore. And I've made some mistakes with this social media that I knew better than doing, but I went ahead and did it anyway. And that's where this whole video is going, and I wanted to bring this out there so in case you are thinking about stepping off into this, or you already have, you don't make the same. Now the first thing is comments. When you're small, you can respond back to every comment made. Yep. You can give everybody personal attention. Well, as those comments increase, and they go from 5 or 6 to 10 to 20 to 30 or 40, and they start going to 100, 200, 300, 400 and above, just reading it can take hours. Just answering those that have questions can take hours. Think about that. Now, there are some of you who read all the comments, so you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know how long it takes you. Anywhere from 1, 2 to a couple hours. And that's not with answering questions. So people who have channels say, well, I'm always gonna personally respond to every comment. That's a mistake that you're gonna regret making, because at some point in time, should your channel grow to the point and it's successful, unless you've got a wife, some older children, somebody gonna help you out, that's just not gonna happen. You're gonna have to back up on that promise. That's the first one. The second one is, you got to be careful about emails. You got to. Now, I used to put my email out in earlier videos down below in the description box. Here again, channel is small. And I look forward to those emails. And I'd reply back. And that, some would say, I know, Mr. Tom, you're busy, no replies necessary. But even then, I'd reply back and say something small. But here again, this channel grew. You gotta understand, I'm just one person. And think about thousands of people sending you emails. It got to the point where I couldn't address every email. I did try to read every one of them. And if there was, a pertinent question or something in the email, I would address it in that. But some people, they expect, well, you send them an email, you don't respond within a day or so, they get upset. They think you're ignoring them. You don't like them. You don't love them no more. And they get downright spiteful. Then others, just because you didn't answer their email, they do the same thing. Then you got others that don't believe or don't feel like you do. Whether, like I say, politics, the virus, how you garden, where you're from, your education, the list goes on and on. And they use your email to attack you. And that's what's happened the last several weeks with me. Somebody out there, or somebody's, has went to the extent of using my email address to sign up for everything under the sun. Yep. It's so stupid. I was even getting delinquent tag notifications from the state of New Jersey. I want you to think about that. Oh yeah. Now, I still have them. State of New Jersey would like to see them. But not only that, porn sites, my God, every site you could possibly imagine. You know where they ask for your email? Well, whoever this person or person was put my email down. Why? They probably didn't agree with my stance on masks, or on the virus, or some other thing in life. So they sat down on their little computer and took it to their heart to just make sure my email got spam likes, which God has not seen. And it was. So last week, I had no choice but to just delete everything in that email account. Just wipe it out. And that's exactly what I did. And if any of y'all sent an email that I didn't answer back to in the last 3 or 4 weeks, well, you'll know why. And that, I just wiped it out. Because I couldn't deal with it anymore. Think about opening up your email and seeing 1,134 emails. From all kinds of places you ain't ever been, never wanted to be, and didn't want to be associated with. Well, that was me. So, be cautious about who gets your personal email. And that was my personal email. That wasn't a channel email, and that's where my mistake went. Now, will I have another email that maybe some of y'all out there that really care for old Mr. Tom and Or my friends can contact me. I'm thinking about it. I have yet to do it yet. And then there was the other mistake I made. There were several people that either through the comments or through emails got to know each other pretty good by, corresponding back and forth when I could. And then they sent their telephone number. Some somehow got my telephone number. So they called. And I would talk to them. And at times we could have some lengthy conversations because I had the time. But not all, but some got to the point where they would call anytime they chose, anytime, day or night. Oh, trust me, they did. And when I'm saying anytime, day or night, it could be early in the morning, midday, or it could be, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 or 2 in the morning. And by God, they expected me to pick up and answer that phone. And when I didn't, they called back a couple more times. When I didn't, they got damn outright mad. Yep. Sure did. And see, that's my point. Now I understand they're lonely. I understand people are isolated right now. Many are been isolated for a longer time than I have been because of the virus. I understand all that. But I don't have the time in my day to be there for everybody. And that. So I couldn't address that issue either after it sort of got really stupid. And so I just had to pretty much, except for a very select few, quit answering the phone. Some got so obnoxious I had to block their numbers totally. And the others, because I didn't address them when I should have, or answer the phone when I should have, they don't call no more. Or email. And that's fine. I guess I got the feelings hurt. And that. And the fourth biggest mistake I ever made, and I knew this was going to happen, was I accepted things from others, knowing full well many out there expected something in return. And many videos ago, I put out a video on one of my phobias about being able to accept gifts from other people. It wasn't meant to get people to send me stuff. It was meant, this was something I've always had a problem with. Accepting gifts from others, whether it was my parents, my grown children, friends and family, it's always bothered me. I guess deep down I just don't feel worthy, or I don't want them spending their money or that on me. I'm pretty much buy whatever I need. But I did that video as a way of talking about one of my phobias that bothered me all my life, and sharing it with all of y'all out there to get your thoughts, and come find out there was, a vast majority that had that same feeling. It was hard for them to accept gifts. But then, in talking about all that was, what I've been told over time, with me, I enjoy giving gifts. I really do. If I can afford it, I love it. And sometimes I can't afford it, and I do it anyway, and I still love it. I just love the feeling. So, I got to that point where I thought I was depriving people, or so I'd been told, of that feeling of joy for themselves to send stuff. And a lot of people had been putting in the comments, none lately, that, you know, they wanted to help the channel, they wanted to help the kitty crew, or help old Mr. Tom. And I just wouldn't address that issue. I just sort of let it slide. So I did that video and said, you know, I was really going to work on doing better and accepting blessings and gifts from others. Well, somehow, and I guess I put out too many clues, my address got out, my personal address, because I don't have a P.O. box. And people started sending blessings and gifts. A lot. Oh yeah. A lot. And for which I am ever so thankful for. The kitty crew's thankful for. Trix is thankful for. But here again, even on the video, I said, you know, I was willing to accept some cards and letters, and, you know, don't send anything if you expect, you know. To me, when you give something to another person, it's got to come from here with no strings attached. It's just the way my daddy taught me. Mama, I don't give nothing, never have all my life, and expect anything in return. No. If I didn't want to give in the first place, I wouldn't have gave it. But this is something I want to warn you about here on social media. That will not be the case. No. No, no, no. And I started doing blessing videos, so I could show what people had sent. You know, some people do mail call Monday or mail call Friday and that. But then I did one. I think it came out May 23rd. And I made a mistake. I said certain things came from one couple that actually came from another couple. Of course, they didn't want any recognition, the couple that they actually came from. So they didn't put any notes or anything in the boxes that came from Amazon. But the one couple had put in there their names, you know, for the kitty crew and you, Mr. Tom, we love you and all that. So since they came from the exact same place, I took it for granted they were all from this one couple. No, well then, the couple that had sent them, they were offended and hurt. And that was never on purpose. Never intended. It was just my assumption. It was my assumption, and I was wrong. It was a mistake. And that. But even after that, and I got that video out, I got a lot of hate on that last blessing video. I'm scamming people. I'm sucking them in. It just was nasty. And none of y'all seen any of that. Any of y'all that are still on the channel for any length of time. You didn't see any of that. Because they were held in review. And those were deleted. And they got really nasty. So yeah, that hurt my feelings. Then, because of something beyond my circumstances, I couldn't put out a blessing video for a while. I can now. And the reason for that was the way I was doing things. And I know, here again, I got a lot of criticism for this. When something comes in from somebody from the mail or post, even my mail, it sits somewhere for 5 days. People say, oh no, Mr. Tom, spray with alcohol, wipe it down. I don't have unlimited supplies to do all that. And just like today, I was on the phone with my son, asking him in all of Montgomery, had he found any more Clorox wipes or anything. So no, Daddy, but I'm still looking. So my way of doing it was leave it sit 5 days. Then I'd bring it to the dining room, kitchen. I'd set up the camera and I'd video tape it. And that, each one, as time came by. I was writing things on the box, so I'd know. And anybody who has a YouTube channel know, or if you don't know, you will know soon. Videos take up a lot of space on your computer hard drives, your phone, whatever. My computer's been maxed out for a long time, so I had bought a new external hard drive, 4 terabyte. It was expensive, just so I could keep doing videos for all of y'all. And I was saving those videos as I would open things, and that on that hard drive. And then as time permitted, between life and everything else, I'd edit it, put it together in a video. And my whole intent was every couple of weeks I'd put out a blessing video. Well, I didn't know it when I was downloading to that hard drive had a problem. And when I went back to retrieve the videos to bring them into my movie editor and put together a video for all of y'all, I couldn't get them back out. They still showed up. They were still there, but I couldn't get them. So I panicked. And I worked on that hard drive for probably 7-10 days, somewhere around there. Panicked that I'd lose them forever. And I'm no dummy when it comes to computers. Trust me, I'm not. I've built my own computers since the early 90s. But I couldn't do it. So I contacted a friend that does it for a living. And he said, well, he'd come by next day, just box it up, leave it out on the front porch. He'd pick it up, see what he could do. And he worked on it for 4 or 5 days and called me back up and said, Tom, I don't know what to tell you, but it all shows up. It's all there, so it says, but I can't get them back off either. So he dropped it back by. Now we're talking, 4th week of June. So I'd paid for insurance to the manufacturer, do data recovery. Best decision I ever made. So I'd send it off to them. And they were able to recover the files. And I got them back a little less than 2 weeks ago. Now, the problem being, they all showed the date of recovery instead of the date, when they were made. And I started sitting down doing a blessing video. But over time, since no more blessing videos have come out, and I notice who's in the comments and who ain't no more. I've seen some of the people, not all, but some, they're no longer active in the channel. Yep. I've lost, I would think, since my last blessing video and now, even though we've gained and got over 13,300, I probably lost 120, 170 subscribers. And that's why I say you gotta know who was active and who was not, who was participating in the comments and who was not. I can see a lot of those people that sent stuff are no longer active in the comments. And I hate that. But this all goes back to sending something and expecting something in return, which was my premise straight out from the gate when I said I was going to work on being more willing to accept things as long as there were no strings attached. And this is the biggest pitfall of all, folks. Don't you think, and I don't care whether it's real life or what, and I knew this and I did it anyway, you accept something from somebody else, 95% of the time they're going to expect something in return. That's just human nature in life. Take it from an old guy. Now I know everything I've talked about right now is going to offend some of y'all, or it might offend a whole pile of people. It is the way it is. And that's why the last few days, really haven't had nothing I wanted to talk about. Been pondering things with the channel again and everything. And that where I wanted to go with the channel, my life, the kitty crew, and that. I just thought I'd go ahead. I've been meaning to do this video, get it on out there. I talked with another friend, virtual friend. He's over in Louisiana. No, I think he's a friend. Here again, hard to say now with virtual friends, but I count him as one. And I told him the reasons, you know, the same thing we're talking about now. And he's got a YouTube channel. I got another friend in Texas got a YouTube channel. And many of y'all out there watching got YouTube channels. I'm subscribed to most of them. If I'm not, let me know. I'll check them out. But the whole point of the video is to let y'all know this ain't feel sorry or feel pity for Mr. Tom, whatever. I'm a big boy, I can take the lickings. I already knew when I stepped off in this media, you're going to take, pardon my language, some shit. It's just the way it is. And that. But I want you to think about it before you jump off in it. Is that what you're willing to take? Now, I've watched many channels try to be the where-all, be-all for everybody. And that'll just wear you slap out. And eventually, people will see you for the fraud that you are. I am who I am. I'm just a little old country engineer in the deep south of Alabama. Trying to survive on one half acre of land, do the best I can with an old beat up house. Old beat up place, highly overgrown. If you don't believe so, go back and watch my first video. Now I'm working to get it all put back to where it was once upon a time. And hopefully, the old man lives long enough, I'll get her done. And along the way, I like to document my life so my children, my grandchildren can see it, and remember old Papa for who he was, as well as share it with my friends and family in real life and those of you out there on YouTube. So y'all, that's it for today. I just felt it being Sunday afternoon, I need to come on, have a chat with y'all, tell you where my head is. My head ain't clear about all this right now. I guess it'll be a whole lot clearer when I read the comments below the video. But I do want y'all to take care out there, stay safe, take all precautions. The virus ain't no joke. Talked with my son today, and he's got another friend who was actually an employee of his, Adam, that now has come down with COVID. And unlike him and his friends that had no underlying health conditions, Adam has lupus and rickets. And he ain't having such an easy time with it like James, his roommates, and other friends did. He's having a harder time. So I'll be praying for him tonight and continuing until he comes through this. Any of y'all want to pray, I'd appreciate it. I ain't asking for favors. But I want you to think about things, and I say this many times. When I say may God bless you as you bless others, I want you to listen to that one sentence. May you be blessed as you bless others. Because I believe right here in my heart and my soul that how we bless others is what determines what we get in return. I'm sorry. It's the way I believe and feel, the way I was taught. And please pray for all essential workers. We all know who they are. From nurses and doctors to grocery clerks to truck drivers, police, first responders, you name it. The list goes on and on and on. And please pray for those who must work to support their families and put food on the table. So y'all, until I see you, if I do see you on the next video, y'all stay safe, take care, and God bless you. Goodbye for now.